Leon Foster?
Leon Foster Thomas.
Right. Great.
My name is Leon Foster Thomas. I was born and raised in Trinidad, out of a musical family. My family, both of good musicians, like my father, Ludwig Foster, master drummer. My mother was a singer. I came out of that family and then studied in the United States and back here now and doing music.
I personally knew your father and your mother. In fact, I was a dancer, and your father was the drummer for Les Enfants, Arawaks. I was in Les Enfants.
Right.
He drummed for Arawaks, and we also had Eugene Joseph.
Right.
And we formed the Southern Dance Company.
Right.
And with Ricky and Rolo and these guys,
Right.
they were the drummers, and then they formed the chanteurs. You remember
The Pleasantville performers and the Katoomba performers.
Yeah.
I think they were kind of him and Cricky, and somebody else was a Chantwell, something like that. I'm not too sure.
Southern drum chanter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Right. Then Winifred is.
Can't quote me on that though. Yeah.
Winifred was also a dancer.
Yeah.
What Winifred was to you?
That's my aunt. That's my father's sister.
All right. So tell me about your school days in Trinidad.
I attended Pleasantville Government School, and from then I went to Pleasantville Junior. From Junior Sec, Pleasantville Junior, or San Fernando East Junior, I went to Pleasantville Senior Comprehensive. While there, I was always involved in the arts, even from primary school, playing in Sandfest as a primary school student, playing in Sandfest competition with the junior secondary and senior secondary schools. So that's what.
When did you first get this liking to pan music?
Funny, I never liked pan. I never liked pan. Pan never made sense to me. So the idea of me playing pan was extremely unheard of.
How old were you then?
I would say about 13 years old. Yeah, 13 years old. I started playing pan officially in 1994. I was introduced to the instrument in 93, like, you know, bold in front with the instrument in 1993 at Pleasantville Senior as a Form 1 student in Pleasantville Junior. So I got involved with it, and it was just something that caught me, and I just never looked back from then on.
So you did something out of the ordinary.
Extremely.
You were going to junior sec, but you were in the senior sec band.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
It was all from the drumming. Playing African drums, I was asked to play with the senior band because they had a piece for African drums and stuff like that. So Roger Charles actually is the guy that introduced me to pan, you know. Okay. And, so he was one of the arrangers at the time for Pleasantville Senior. It was him and Sean Ramsey. Okay. So they both were doing the tune. So Roger called me in to play, and that was where the fascination started with the instrument. Because the first time being with the instrument, it's one thing to see it on TV. But it's the next thing now to be up close. It's like, what? Wow. You know, so I think when the tune was playing, they were playing a tune called Somebody. And
that's Baron?
By Baron. And I was like, yeah, they played a real nice song on the pan, you know. And the idea of not knowing how to play pan, at the time was kind of embarrassing. So I used to keep this song in my head. I always heard this song in my head. I would borrow a pair of sticks when the players took a break. When they took a break, I would borrow a pair of sticks and then try to pick out this song from then on. I didn't want anybody to know I couldn't play. Yeah, that's what's that.
Okay, so Pleasantville Junior, Pleasantville Senior.
Yeah.
Then, all of a sudden, America.
Yeah.
When did you make this move?
I got a scholarship to attend Florida. At the time, I was Florida Memorial College. I eventually turned to Florida Memorial University. I got a partial scholarship to study at the university under Dawn Batson, Dr. Dawn Batson, Trinidadian. She was one of the music professors at the time, and then eventually chair of the music department. And she was in charge of the Florida Memorial Steel Band. So, and I did my audition with the band right here in Trinidad when they came for the World Festival. I think that time they tied with Exodus for first and the ensemble category. So did my audition and went over there and started school right after.
So in terms of your academic studies, tell me about that.
I obtained a bachelor's in jazz studies. I studied first. I had went to I went on studying for popular music and switched my major from popular music to jazz. And I studied under a great musician. He recently passed, Mr. Melton Mustafa, and taught me everything about all the ins and outs about music. From what I didn't know, from what I knew, he gave me understanding of what what music was all about. And I took from there, and then I went to Florida International University, and I did my master's in jazz performance under the tutelage of Gary Campbell. It was a really good program for that.
Now, you had a stint with Phase 2 Pango.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I played for Phase 2 and on and off about the past 12 years. So we've really made a connection. Really been, actually I'm considered part of the family, the Phase 2 family.
Wow.
As well, and myself and Bugsy Sharp, we have extreme synergy. So it's very difficult for him knowing, well, okay, I'm not able to drum with the band again this year because I took up the reins with Faunclair. But his support for me arranging for the band is tremendous.
How many instruments do you play?
I play various amounts of drums, for sure. I play a good amount of drums. Actually, never counted. I play a bit of piano. Pan is my main instrument, so every pan in the panyard, I play that. I play drum set. I play congas, African drums, of course, a bit of piano. That's about it. More other toys, in the percussion family and all that kind of stuff. I think that's about it. It's quite a range of. I don't think there is anything. Anything I put my hands on, I could learn it. I could play it eventually.
Musically, who do you look up to?
Man, my parents, number one. My parents definitely number one. The deceased Melton Mustafa was studied under Gary Campbell, but also because I'm a jazz musician, I like Joshua Redman, Keith Jarrett, it's a long list. Miles Davis, you have to love Miles Davis anytime, every day. John Coltrane, Trinidad, we like, well, actually, before I even come to the guys in Trinidad, Tad Jones, in terms of arrangement and all that kind of stuff. I like Chopin, classical music. I like Ravel, Sibelius. So, a range of different musicians inspire my music. From home, definitely Len Bugsy Sharp, especially my close relationship with him. Ken Fillmore. I would say between with Ken and Sharp, they've really helped boost my career within the steel pan world. So I'm very grateful to them for that. They gave me opportunities where, you know, it wasn't coming from anywhere else. So I think it's for people like that to see good talent and put it out there. Ray Hallman, Robert Greenwich, really, really good people that I look up to. Andre Tanka. I think if you're into music, Trinidad music, and you don't know about Andre Tanka, I think you need to go back and spend some time understanding where he was coming from. Huge influence was the Best Village, the folk, all that is influence on my music. Black Stalin, Sparrow, Kitchener. I pay a lot of attention to them. Actually, one of my favorite albums is Caribbean Man from Black Stalin. It spoke so many things about it, but also musically, there's so much we could take from that. And then almost everything by Baron, everything from, all the arrangements from Art Decoto and Watty Watkins and, so yeah. So I took everything when possible to help develop my style of playing, or help develop what it is that I ever think is going to come out. So, but mainly as my peers, I have some musicians around me. There's my band that I travel with now. My pianist is from Australia. My drummer is from Chicago, and my pianist is from Australia. My drummer is from Chicago, and my bassist is from Miami. And I play with some trumpet players that really inspire me because of their drive. And the community in Miami, actually where I live now, is a really good music community that helps me push further, so I kind of tell you like all the influences that I have. There's a whole lot more, but I think also I'll touch on the environment. I would pay attention to what's going on, what is around me. Everything inspires me. My daughter, she is my biggest inspiration.
Your daughter?
Yeah.
How many kids you got?
One.
How old?
She's 6.
Where is she based?
America. Yeah. So she was born out there in Miami. So she's huge.
Is she into music already?
I would think so, She's singing. She runs by my mother, sings. She dances. She'll play the drums whenever and the pan whenever, but her main thing is, I think she at that point where she's still trying everything out, but at the same time she could still pick up anything and do whatever she wants to do with good taste. She's really good. Whenever that time comes, we figure out whatever she wants to play.
Let me put you on the spot.
Sure.
Could you share with your listeners your most memorable performance to date?
Oh. It's quite a few. There's quite a few.
When and where?
Recently we did something in London, and we had a sold-out show in
Which group are you talking about?
my jazz quartet.
Your jazz quartet. What's the name of your jazz quartet?
Just the Leon Foster Thomas Quartet.
Okay.
So we had that, and my group, we did a performance in the heart of London, in Soho, London, at the Pizza Express Jazz Cafe. And first of all, it was really surprising to know that it was sold out. And then I think the energy was just amazing. The energy was amazing. Mm-hmm. Another time was with, I did a stint in Russia. I've been going to Russia for on and off within the last 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. 4 or 5 times. Last time I went was 2016, July 2016. And we had, I was in a cast with guys like Randy Brecker, Igor Bootman, Oleg Bootman, And a guy who's married to a Trinidadian, Michael Beasley, amazing pianist. And we did a show in St. Petersburg, Russia. And that was something else. That was really, really, really something else. Energy like that, you know. So it was a good show. It was a good show. Another one was in Orlando. I did a concert. It was like a big gospel convention. And I went with the school. And when we were done playing, people left their seats and lined up around the hall for autographs and all that kind of stuff. They forgot about whatever was happening. They were, so yes, that's something else. Yeah.
How many countries have you been to as a performer?
England, France, Spain. Oh, as a performer, I have been to. Well, obviously, the United States, of course. England, France, Spain, Russia, as I mentioned before, Germany, Holland, Canada, Belarus. That's what I can remember off the top of my head. I have to get my passport to show you that.
Music is a language for you.
Yeah.
Is there any foreign language that you speak?
No, I try to learn a bit of Russian because of my time going there, and I like it. But as soon as I learned it, I spent too much time away, so I kind of, you know. But that's something. French and Russian is something I would like to learn. I live in Miami, so I think I should start learning Spanish.
Latinos.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. Maybe I need to perfect English first. We go from there.
Well, you talk Creole, which is the local language.
Well, exactly. You know. Yeah. So, but yeah. Would love French. Would love to get French and Russian.
Is there anything that you see yourself doing that you haven't done as yet?
Yeah, a lot. You know, bigger performances, more changing, life-changing stuff. I mean, playing for the UN, you know, doing some of these things, being a bigger inspiration for younger musicians coming up. Teaching, you know, I think I've had enough experience now, and what I have learned, and also being as a Trinidadian, there's a lot of things that needs to be shared. You know, there's a lot of things that a lot of people go in blindly. So for me, having first-hand experience now, many ways we could try to help younger musicians, even older musicians, to know, well, certain directions we need not go, or understanding a budget as to how to produce an album, or how to be a traveling musician, just to be a full musician all around. You know, prepare people, especially for college, because you have kids coming out of school, and first of all, jumping out from one country to another country, there's a whole culture shock that you're going to experience. So there's things that we can try to help people experience from that standpoint, you know. So,
how do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
Just somebody enjoying life.
Enjoying?
Yeah, just enjoying life. Yeah. There's a lot of work to do, but let me enjoy life as well too.
So, in conclusion, there are a lot of kids on the block, just liming.
Yeah.
If you had a message to send to them, what would it be?
You know, I mean, this is we're living in some difficult times. And I think we need to have something that to help take us away from that part. I think a lot of folks, they think that they meet a lot of dead ends, and there isn't enough people giving enough advice, enough, just even a talking to. You had to tell some of these kids that that is not the end. You get a little hard times. It's not the be-all and end-all, you know, and there is more, but we have to show them, and I don't think there is much people showing them like this could be achieved. For me, I believe that there is something within our system here in Trinidad and Tobago that is not helpful to the youths. You have a lot of educated people, but they can't get any jobs. That is frustration. To get some of the simple necessities, it's extremely difficult. So if everything around us is difficult to achieve, I mean, how do we expect the youths them to now try to move further? As soon as they say do this, you do that, then you reach a dead end. But at the same time, you know, with all this stuff, enough of the excuses then, so to speak. I think you have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. You have to remember the struggle that your parents went through. You have to think about when, you know, your parents maybe took the last dime and sent you to school, buy a pair of shoes, buy books or something like that. So just use the people around you. And for me, it was just, I used my environment to where I came from to push me, for, you know, to help push me forward. So just don't give up then, everybody else. You know, you're sitting on the corner, don't give up. There are opportunities. It's just working harder to get there. Some people have it a little bit easier, but some people don't. But that doesn't mean you can't get there. So just have to push a little bit harder. You know, nice.
Now, you've worked with Bugsy for a few years.
Yeah.
Now, he's going to see you as coming up against him.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
No, I spoke to Bugsy a few days ago, and I spoke to Sharp a few days ago, and his support was enormous, man. It was really, really good. You know.
So he's glad for you.
Yeah. As no. When the music hit, we hit. You know, hopefully we beat them. You know, that's the goal. The goal is to win the panorama. I am not coming in here to be a number. The goal is to win the panorama. We're gonna put our best foot forward, and hopefully we could prepare the band to the best that we can really put forth a good performance and portray the good music, and see where we go from there. You know.
So, how ready are you?
We're almost there. Yeah, the band is almost there. I am very ready. But
so the stage side has got all the tracks already?
We're still doing the music as we go. Yeah. Still doing the music as we go. We should be done pretty soon. Just in time for prelims. And definitely we'll be really, really ready for semi-finals. Okay. You know, it's a short season, so that doesn't really give us much to go with at the same time. So. Okay,
any closing remarks?
Oh no, man, I don't even have anything. Well, thank you.
Nice talking to you. All right. Yeah.